Hello and welcome back to the channel. Sorry you guys had to wait. I had lots of stuff. I've got studies going on right now. But anyway, that's not the topic for today. I've been wanting to do a video on Zelda's up B for a while now. And since I've had time to do it, well, I mean, hopefully you guys like it. Bye! When playing Zelda, I'm sure most of you had fun messing around with this little thing here. And so did I. Zelda's up B is a very satisfying thing. Just look at the amount of compilations you'll find online. I can tell you that playing Zelda has definitely had an impact on my dopamine receptors. Now, jokes aside, what can you do with your up B? And most importantly, how do you use it? One of the first things that's gonna come to mind when you think about your up B is the recovery. I mean, of course, in Smash, an up B is used mostly to recover. And in the recovery field, we've gotten a very good treatment. First of all, your up B makes you disappear. Try predicting something that isn't on the screen. Being harder to predict isn't synonymous with being invincible though, so be careful. Next up is the range. I mean, look at the range we can recover from. We're definitely not Sora though. Here's a quick advice about the game when you're off stage. When you want to recover with someone like Zelda, you'll want to input your directional input and then let go of your stick. If you let go of your stick, thus making it neutral, you'll automatically grab the ledge. I didn't know about this until 2 or 3 months ago, and it definitely has saved some SDs on my part. As you can see then with Zelda, you can recover from both diagonals, so up and down, and horizontally as well. So now, I know you guys are wondering, but Zelly, what about the hitbox of the up B? Can't I use this offensively? And to that I say, yes you can, but more defensively than offensively. I'm sure most of you know that out of shield you can use your up B, right? Well, to those who didn't know, I have good news for you guys. We play Zelda and Zelda hits like a truck. Say hello to your new best friend, your up B out of shield. What's that? Someone dares to hit my shield at kill percent, which is, 60%? Well, too bad, friend. You can wave goodbye to that stock of yours. Okay, I am exaggerating, but most of the cast will die between 75-ish and 110% to an up B out of shield. To do that, you'll just want to press up and B when somebody hits your shield. There are some complications to that, which are, the DI. You can follow the DI if you've got godlike reflexes, otherwise you can just up B in place and just react to the second option they'll pick. Another use for your up B is stalling. This is an input I find quite difficult to master and I've yet to pull it in game, but it definitely works. It has its uses. Hey, Editing Zelly here. Listen, I might have forgotten to mention something important for you guys. You see, in Smash you've got something called a regrab limit. That prevents you from grabbing the ledge more than 5 times in a row, so you might want to count how many times you've stalled already. Would be a bit annoying to give a stock for free. Also in the next section I'll mention that I jump, and you have to jump. It's not only something that I do, otherwise you'll just fall to your death. Alright, let's go back in. Now the way I do this is I drop down, I jump, I input my up B, I put the direction of my up B towards the stage, and then I put my stick down in order to not grab the ledge. Make sure to reset your stick to neutral, otherwise you'll not grab the ledge at all. So in the last technique, we've made use of something that's called a beefy. A beefy is doing an up B without grabbing the ledge instantly. To do that, you'll just have to input your up B, choose your direction, and then hold your stick down. For instance, here's another way I like to use my up B. I'll drop down to fake a regrab, and then I'll beefy like this in order to punish that attempt to punish me. I'll tell you that again, but it goes with everything in Smash. Do not spam this too much, otherwise you'll get punished like this, for example. One more thing I'd like to mention about the ledge is 2-framing. Like the name implies, you've got 2 frames where you can be hit when you recover. With Zelda you can counter this strategy with a well-timed up B, but it requires some practice. If you TP too low, you'll still be able to be hit. Same goes if you TP too high, for example here. But if you manage to teleport just above the ledge, you'll be protected all the way through by your hitbox. This certainly comes in handy if your opponent is very good at 2-framing, and it's definitely a matchup check as well, because the hitbox will hit sometimes. moving on. Here's something you might not know about. When you charge your Phantom, you can cancel it on the 66th frame. This can be done with any move, but I like to do it with my OP. Okay, so here's a quick segment that I made to teach you the rhythm of the Phantom cancel per se. This rhythm might feel off because one of my clips is 1 or 2 frames shorter than the other. Up next is the same clip without the metronome if you'd like to refer to the sound that the Phantom makes instead. Okay, now that we're done with this section, we're gonna move on to what made me want to make this video in the first place. Okay, give me a minute, it should be somewhere around here. Oh, here we go. Yes, TP shortening. It's a bit weird, but you can shorten your teleport. The difference isn't huge, but I mean, we'll take flexibility, right? I'll show you the 2 ways to perform this technique right now, so make sure to look at my controls. Using your normal stick. After choosing your direction, you want to come back to neutral and very slightly tilt your stick. The timing is a bit tight, so don't expect to always do it, but after a few times you'll get used to it. I use the second method here. The timing is the same. You'll just have to use your C stick instead. If you don't get the timing right with both methods, you'll just TP up. Okay, that's cool and all, but what are the uses to this technique? The first use I see is being very flashy. Trust me, if you pull something like this in a game, you'll get some very good reactions. Of course, being flashy isn't the most useful thing, so here's something else. By using this technique, you'll be able to use a very early out of shield with your up B. This is very important because normally this works like this. You get hit, you try to up B, and then you whiff and get punished. Plus it doesn't hurt to get 22% instead of 7. Finally, I'd like to say that, you know, this new range is quite fun to mess around with. At least I know I had my share of fun while labbing with it, especially while trying to find out some teleport cancel spots. I mean, it's a mix-up, right? We'll take it. If you'd like some more teleport cancel stuff, check out this channel. And lastly, a big thanks to everyone that helped me make this video. My exams come up next week, so I'm not sure when I'll be able to come back and make another video, but I'll definitely be happy to make some in my free time. In the meantime, thank you very much for waiting for this video, and well, I'll see you next time.